As of right now, WrestleMania 36, it's pirate-themed, is only 25 days away, scheduled to take place on April 5th. That's under a month. That's fewer than 4 weeks. And with the pandemic that's infected the globe, with the entire country of Italy effectively being quarantined yesterday, government officials will reportedly make a decision tomorrow, Thursday, over whether or not Tampa should run large-scale events. Which means, after weeks of increasing speculation, WrestleMania 36 could be cancelled. Full disclaimer, YouTube does actually demonetize videos that talk about the big sickness thing, so we're going to try and get around it with a pun. Please do not take this to mean that we here at WrestleTalk do not take the global epidemic very seriously. We have, like, 3 bottles of hand sanitizer in the office right now. So with that in mind, let me introduce you to Steve Corino virus. Props to Kayfabe News for the punnage. WWE's biggest show of the year is set to take place in Tampa Bay in the state of Florida, where the Department of Health, as of this morning, has confirmed 8 people have tested positive for Steve Corino. 3 of the 8 cases are in the Tampa Bay area. The total number of confirmed cases in the United States as a whole this morning has reached 1,000 with 31 deaths, 2 of which being in Florida. The global number now stands at just under 120,000 cases with 4,300 deaths. The increasing seriousness of the situation has seen organisers cancel or postpone a number of major events in an attempt to halt the spread of infection. The South by Southwest Festival has been cancelled. April's Coachella Music Festival has now been postponed to October. Ireland and Boston have even cancelled their St. Patrick Day parades. Great, I guess I'll have to get drunk at home by myself like usual then. Stephanie McMahon told the Tampa Bay Times last month about WrestleMania possibly being cancelled. The health and safety of not only our fan base but also our superstars really does come first. We don't want to put anyone in a bad situation ever, regardless of the circumstance. Those are not risks worth taking. And then, following 2 deaths in the Tampa area, WWE issued the statement last week. We remain committed to hosting WrestleMania at Raymond James Stadium on Sunday, April 5th, and like other entertainment properties in the US, there are currently no plans to cancel or postpone our upcoming events. Dave Meltzer has repeatedly speculated on Wrestling Observer Radio that WWE will be the last company to cancel their event, as that's just the way Vince McMahon does business. As the Saudi Arabia deal showed, where WWE put on their Super Showdown event there just weeks after the government killed a Washington Post journalist for international outcry, McMahon will press ahead with his plans despite global issues. But as CBS Tampa news anchor Ryan Bass has tweeted, the decision over whether or not to cancel WrestleMania may be out of his hands. The city of Tampa and Mayor Jane Castor will meet on Thursday to discuss cancelling or postponing major events due to Steve Corino. This weekend's River O' Green Festival isn't likely to be cancelled. Tampa Bay's River O' Green Festival is an Irish-themed party centred around the Hillsborough River where families can come and be Irish for a day and take part in activities. WrestleMania is a few steps above that, with WWE hoping to sell out 70,000 tickets to people not just from the area or even the country, but from all around the world, flying in from the UK, Australia, Europe, the Middle East, Asia, the exact kind of global spread authorities will want to avoid. And as WrestleMania has evolved and grown over the last decade, it's not just that one single day that's in jeopardy, and the wrestlers themselves are apparently starting to worry. WrestleMania isn't just WrestleMania anymore. It's an international travel destination event that spans 5 days. The Hall of Fame ceremony on Thursday, SmackDown on Friday night, NXT TakeOver Tampa Bay on Saturday, WrestleMania 36 itself on Sunday, and the Raw After Mania the following night, all taking place in the same city. It's a great boon, not just for WWE, whose stretched out festivities can extend into fan meet and greets with access and special events surrounding their shows, generating more money for the promotion, but also for the local areas, like hotels, restaurants, and bars, and also a number of independent wrestling promotions that also travel to WrestleMania weekend, where the streets are paved with marks. Starting the Tuesday before WrestleMania, a number of indies are hoping to run some of their biggest shows of the year, including WrestleCon's Super Show, UK promotion Progress, the annual Bloodsport, Japanese promotion DDT, Evolve are putting on 2 major cards, Shimmer, Joey Janela's Spring Break 4, Joey Ryan's Penis Party, German promotion WXW, ROH's annual big pay-per-view Supercard of Honor, Impact Wrestling are even bringing back the TNA name for a special one-off event in town on Friday the 3rd of April. There's also a number of non-live wrestling events too, like Stand Up with Mick Foley and Dolph Ziggler, Wally Mania 6, and the show from Wrestling with Regrets Brian Zane. If WrestleMania is cancelled, fans won't travel to Tampa for these shows, meaning promoters are going to lose their deposits and talent might not get paid. WWE can weather this storm because they have that sweet, sweet Saudi money. But for the smaller indie promotions, WrestleMania not going ahead could cause them serious problems. But how has this affected the WWE talent themselves? While WWE haven't yet taken a clear stance on Steve Corino, former WWE wrestler Ryback has revealed the locker room is feeling uneasy about the growing crisis, revealing on his succinctly named Ryback TV Shooting Blanks Wrestling Report with Raj Giri show, "If I'm a wrestler and I'm speaking from the talent, as I've talked to a couple of people, the talent believe that WrestleMania is possibly going to get cancelled. This is a business and it will impact a lot of things, but you have to protect the wrestlers at all costs." The big guy specifically outlined access, which is where wrestlers have direct contact with fans in meet and greets. PW Insider have already reported that WWE held a backstage meeting last month about how talent should protect themselves against Steve Corino, and they've now implemented a no-touching rule at live events, as you can see with Sasha Banks wearing gloves at a meet and greet over the weekend. New merch! This does unfortunately mean, though, we'll no longer get pictures like this. "Hey Becky, I'm a really big fan of yours. A really, really big fan. Let me hold you, Becky. I love you, Becky." Reddit user Loose Lips Backstage, who has a pretty good track record with breaking wrestling stories, has said that all roster members are breathing a sigh of relief now that the no-touching policy is in place. Well, most of them. Thanks for your support on Patreon. Float like a butterfly, Samad Ali. While Braun Strowman is taking this seriously, telling fans, "Now is more important than ever before to practice air hygiene. You know my mantra is get these hands. Well, right now, I need everybody to wash these hands." War star Angel Garza has posted, "Steve Corino does not exist. Everything is in the mind. 3 cool sunglass wearing emojis, tongue out emoji," in reference to him kissing female fans at ringside and then claiming he has the cure. Guess what? I have the perfect cure for the Steve Corino. Smiling face with horns emoji, smiling face with halo emoji. It's just under my nose and above my chin. Smiling face with sunglasses emoji. Former Le Champion Chris Jericho has been equally calm, calling the reaction to Steve Corino mass hysteria to TMZ. "I don't think the public should panic so much. Fozzy is still going on tour unless the cops tell us we can't." One piece of misinformation we should count out, though, is Brad Shepard's recent claim that a WWE employee has had to self-isolate, prompting a mass email warning sent out at WWE HQ, leaving everyone shaken up. It's a claim so serious, WWE on Fox's official account took the rare step of publicly denying Shepard's report, commenting on the article's Facebook post. "Guys, we usually don't interject, but when it comes to serious stuff, we will. Ringside News, especially Brad Shepard, isn't a trusted news source about anything. Please do not listen to them. Do as you will with other journalists. We won't promote anyone here, but avoid Ringside News, especially when it comes to something as serious as this." There's a lot of misinformation and false claims out there, folks. So remember to fact check any news your mum forwards you on Facebook. All Elite Wrestling have now issued a statement about their upcoming live event schedule. All AEW events are currently moving forward as scheduled. Of course, the safety and well-being of AEW fans, partners and talent is always our top priority. So we will continue to closely monitor the rapidly evolving situation related to Steve Corino and be guided by government officials, health organizations and venue management. AEW will update ticket purchases if there are any changes to the event schedule, and we encourage everyone in the AEW family to be good to themselves and each other by taking preventative actions as recommended by the CDC and WHO. The situation is far more severe in Asia though, and after already cancelling their live events between the 1st and 15th of March, New Japan Pro Wrestling have now cancelled the rest of their New Japan Cup tour in the remainder of this month, and All Japan have followed suit. Well, I think they have. Their tweet is all in Japanese. And as you might have seen yesterday, we here at WrestleTalk have also taken the precaution of postponing our first ever live show, which we were scheduled to put on next Monday. The event will now take place on the 1st of June. If you've already bought a ticket, you can hold on to it for that new date, and we'll give you a limited edition bit of merch on the day, or you can contact us using the email address in the video description below to get a full refund. We apologise sincerely for having to postpone the event, and thank you so much for everyone's support in this so far. What are the 10 best Elimination Chamber matches of all time? Find out in Adam Blompier's latest list video by clicking the video on the right. And several wrestlers are frustrated with WWE Backstage. Find out who by clicking the video below that. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was Like Real News with Wrestling.